Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Yeah, why do I say good morning? Because it's very early here in Western Australia. It's now 10 to 6 in the morning, and you may ask yourself why I'm so early up. I mean, today is my big day, fiberglassing the growing pond, and I choose to get up this early because of the temperatures. They will come later. So at the moment it's a nice 16 degree, and yeah, if I wait too long then the temperatures will be too hot. They're forecasting today 38 degree. It's probably more, will be 36. It's the last couple of days it wasn't never on the mark with the temperatures. So I just spin you around and I'll show you what I'm up to and what I've done so far. Give me a second, please. So everything is prepared for my fiberglassing. As you can see, I put a bit tarp up on that side. This is where around lunchtime the sun will start hitting the pond. So right now in the morning it's not as important, but I put it anyway up just to prevent other stuff like leaves or so to blow in while I'm fiberglassing. But then when the sun comes around, I don't want that sun hits directly the fresh fiberglass. So that's one of the main reasons I put the tarps up. No, it doesn't look very fancy, and it's not intended to be a fancy cover, just protecting it from the sun while this fiberglass is curing. Then, as you can see, I prepared all my fiberglass matting over there. I will start over there in the filter chamber, because this is where the sun, as I said before, will start hitting first thing. So I start over there. Here's all the sheets for the first layer of the pond. Everything's cut. Yesterday I cut all my sheets for the entire pond. I prepared them all. They're cut to the right size, and I put the measurements on the corners. I'll quick zoom in on that. As you can see over there, each sheet has a size, so I know where it goes. So in this case, this is the first sheet. I'm starting over there in the bioreactor chamber, and then I work my way around the pond, put all the layers up, first and second layer. When I've done then I will put the floor sheets in. This is only the first layer of floor sheets. The second layer is in the shed. And when I've done the filter chamber, I'm going over here, start with the pond, then with the planter trough as last. So everything, I've prepared everything, is vacuumed out, the pond is vacuumed out, all the pipes are have been sanded and cleaned. So this is one very important lesson I learned well my few times I did the fiberglass now. Have everything prepared. Cut your sheets to measure, have your rollers, acetone, everything in place. So when you start, you don't have to go away while you have your resin in the pot and go away and cut a sheet or get a new roller or cover something up. Have it all prepared and have a proper attack plan to do it. That's the one big advice I can give whoever wants to do this yourself. And don't panic. The resin, if you did you got the right mix, or the right resin hasn't been out of date, and you put the right catalyst amount in, you have plenty of time to do it. And don't mix too big. I only mix 5 liters at a time, so I have the luxury and take my time with all this fiberglassing. And one last tip I can give away: when you cut your sheets, do it with a Stanley knife. The last time I did it, it was with a brand new, really good scissor, and it worked very good. But I learned yesterday, using a Stanley knife with a straight edge and a board underneath cuts it so much finer, cleaner, and much easier. So whoever wants to do the fiberglassing themselves, use a Stanley knife to cut all the sheets. Much easier. Okay, that is from me so far. I'll start now fiberglassing the pond and everything around. I will probably not film myself doing it. Maybe I do a little filming of it, but I try not to do too much, because I'm not a professional, so I don't want to give any bad or wrong advice or do the wrong thing with this. So that if you do it yourself, it's basically on your own what is it called, danger. Otherwise, yeah, there are plenty of professional videos out there how to do fiberglassing. Watch them, get as much information as you can to do it from those videos, and maybe start with something small, whatever it is, a small little bowl or a little mini tank or something, just to get the experience how the resin, how the matting, how the tools actually working. It's not that I started this year. This is not my first thing, and the swimming pool was not my first thing that I did. And when you watch my videos, this is all accumulation on little projects I had done before. So I just learned on the way from my little projects how to do it. Okay, enough for me waffling around. And if I have anything more to say, I will bring it up in the next couple of clips. Until then, yeah, see you, bye. Okay, I'm back. This smell of fiberglassing, I've done now a few projects before, and for some reason I always forget the smell. Yesterday when I went into and started the fiberglassing, straight away the whiff of this, and is, in my opinion, a horrible smell straight into my nostrils. And the worst part is if you do, like I did the filter chamber, that's very confined. The vapors, they accumulate, and I think like all the vapors, they accumulate on the bottom. So every time you do something on the bottom, the corners or so, the concentration is much stronger. So yeah, that is not the funny thing of this entire job. And I still, believe it or not, 24 hours later or 18 hours later, I still smell it, and in some ways I can even sometimes taste it. Yeah, that's the downside of this job. Okay, that's it for me. I'll come back to you when I finish the fiberglassing. I might put you on a stand on the tripod, and when I do the tissue papers, so, but we'll see how it goes. When you do this job, is your hands are on your gloves are full of resin, it's all sticky. I'm not sure if that is the best thing to do with a phone, but I will see. Okay, see you. Good morning back. Back in lovely Western Australia, early morning. Yesterday we finished the fiberglass. I'll turn you on in a minute, show you how it has turned up. I'm pretty happy with the result. I put, as I mentioned, tissue fiberglass paper or matting as the last layer onto the pond walls and the bottom, and into the planter trough, but I didn't do it in the filter chamber. So I'll quick turn you around and show you where we are. Okay, here we are. It's all finished with the fiberglass. I'm very happy. There's one little down near the bottom drain there. There's a little fold, not a fold, but a little it came up. I tried to push it down, it didn't want to go down, so then I left it. But yeah, it has turned up really nicely. As I just said, I only put the tissue matting into the pond and the planter trough. I didn't do it in the filter chambers because I thought 2 layers of good fiberglass matting is enough, and this is only there. The only time you look at it is when you clean it. So I didn't think it was that much importance to have a very smooth surface. And this tissue paper or tissue matting I put on is more like it's a trial. I want to see if it makes such a big difference, but I think it does. When I look here, I just go over it. It's so much more smoother. So I think it was worthwhile. However, in my opinion, it is a pain to put it on because it's so light and so fine. It's just a little breeze or a little, even your breathing, it disturbs it in the air. It's just, yeah, at some stages it was pretty annoying. And I think the easiest part was the part on the bottom where you just laid it flat and then smoothed it out. Yeah, so that is now a little update on this on the pond fiberglassing. I'm now prepping it. I'll sand it back, all the rough pieces, and then give it a good top coat. And when I've done that, I'll come back to you and show you the result. One thing I forgot to mention, I just mentioned, that top part there, that was a pain to put in. I had to, I thought I'll put a bit, one piece and mold it around the corners. I did not want to stay there. Every time I molded it around, I thought, yeah, I got it. A couple of minutes later, it just flapped down again and just hang there. So and I had to cut it off from here. Cut it after it cured. I cut it off there. Then I cut nice thin strips and put them on. Even they didn't want to hold, so I had to cut another thin strip and make just little pieces at a time, and then mold them in, basically. And I had to wait till the resin was almost going off, just at the point where it's starting to turn. When I'd say turn, it gets this jelly-like substance. Just before that happened, that's when the fiberglass started sticking to that brickwork in the corner. So that was a little bit of a pain, and in hindsight, I probably should have checked maybe a couple of videos out before how other people do it with these corners. But overall, I'm happy it worked out, and yeah, it's nice and solid. Good, that's this little update, and I'll come back to you when I finish the top coating. See you then. Bye for now.